Welcome everyone to the apEX Ladder number 3, your favorite Saturday ladder tournament hosted by the fellas over in the EX Dojo. We have ourselves our top 8 players who have set themselves apart and are ready to do battle in this double Elam bracket. I'm Hispanic at the Disco, and I am joined by Team Chris. How we doing, buddy?
One and only. Yeah, hey, happy to be here. Back here for another week in a row. I think this is my third dojo kicking it here. So glad to have you back too, Panic. You know, working together. I think it's like the third time you and I have come together to throw down some of Central North America's finest here. We got some familiar faces. Like I always say, heavy hitters out here, big records, climbing the ladder. You know, everybody here starts off. No, we got 4 winners, 4 losers.
We do. Let's see. Actually, I need to pull up because I know we finally got
Yeah,
our
so
top
Liquid's
8
back up in the mix. You know, Liquid's back up in the mix on top of the winners semifinal there. Then he's going to be going up against Bando. And then Rue to God against Huff and Hippo. That's going to be the winners bracket. In the losers bracket, you got TBM Project against Heretic Magic Man. Then bottom it out, it's going to be Rookie.
Ooh, Jazz. Yeah,
Hope you all doing good.
No, it looks like a very solid bracket. I'm excited. We always love watching Mando play. You know, with the good old Geef. Excited to see Heretic, seeing if they're gonna be pulling out the jury or keep going out with the Mai, Jazz as well, Bison. Like a lot of good players out here. So it's always a good time. It's gonna be a good time here tonight. I think this is the first time I think we are doing winner side and loser side to start off instead of everyone winners, I believe. I wasn't here for last week. I do believe
last time
week.
everybody was in winners. That's why. Yeah. That's why I got a little tongue-tied there, a little confused. But without further ado, we're gonna take you right into the action.
Of course, man.
Kicks to
But
keep on kicking.
if we are starting with Liquid versus Mando, now I'm forgetting who Liquid plays. I know Mando plays Geef. Are you familiar with who Liquid plays? I feel like it skips me off the top of my head. I know I've seen Liquid play before, and I'm totally blanking on his character right now. Oh, we're actually gonna be starting with looks like we're starting with Project and Heretic, actually, down below. So we're gonna be starting on the loser side first, and we'll be moving on from there. So be ready for that. So we might see the Mai or the jury from Magic Man, and this is actually the first time I've seen Project play, so I'm curious to see this one. So yeah, it'll be winners first, then so losers first, then winners. So we'll go back and forth, starting from losers. Basically, is how we're going to be doing the bracket.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're fighting for survival to start this thing off. I just got the notice too, my friends. So let me just up on now. Let's get more of my mug and yeah, get this show on the road. So we're gonna start. Yeah, as you mentioned, starting off from the losers bracket there. So I'm excited about that, especially as you mentioned. Might get some Mai, some jury. Those are kind of the matchups I like to see.
Listen, you know, it's
a good pace.
Listen, you know, we got who won? You were here last week, so who won last week?
Ooh, yeah.
Now I gotta. So we need to get the history going. I need to see, because I know last time I've seen familiar faces from the first week.
23 players. It was Marv EX. Marv won.
Marv. Yeah. That's right. Marv did come back in clutch. I did remember seing that on
yeah, Marv came
Twitter.
back against Fiero. It was got a bracket reset in the last battle there, and then yeah, likewise. So we got Liquid returning from that mix, so it should be fun. We had Rave who had a pretty good run as well, and then Liquid finishing 4th.
Right. Yeah, and this it's funny to think about, because I was checking the stats for all the players, and Marv played 1 game today. Played 1 game, and then I guess he got busy. So no Marv here, unfortunately. I talk too much. See the Rager Demon in chat. Shut your mouth, Rager Demon.
No, I think that's directed at me.
No. I'm yapping too much. I yap all the time, bro. You don't understand. I'm a big yapper. You know, we're waiting here. We gotta wait because it stinks. Because like I want to talk about a little bit the matchups, but I'm not sure who some of these players play, so we can't really talk too much about that right now. But
we can talk about the state of Street Fighter 7. Like
that is true. We could talk about it. Elena,
you know, we just got Elena coming by, and she'll be here in like a month and some change. Just before CEO season comes into effect. I'm not
CEO
excited
never.
about it. I've never been a fan of Elena on both Third Strike and Street Fighter 4. I never shut up about this in Street Fighter 4, but Elena's hurtbox goes underneath Rose's bread and butter combo on hit.
Yep.
So like those kind of things, and I know that that's kind of because you know, it's kind of because the Ultra SF4 characters they added to the end were kind of taken from Cross Tekken,
Right.
and
Yeah.
in a way that I don't want to say recycled, but it was like kind of just
They were
levels too, levels and people were,
Yeah.
and I just think some things got caught in translation because Relento's hitbox hurtbox has some shenanigans again, but that's actually favorable to Relento play. It's just that like with Elena, I have to do a whole different set of anti-airs and bread and butter combos, and she can heal. So that mechanic in Street Fighter 4, and we've seen, and we're waiting to get the first matchup in the lobby set up for y'all. So, but I'll just give you all some lore. I know they've said great things about me in the lore lately. I'm joking, but the basically they exposed like kind of Street Fighter 4 when you had Elena Mears, you literally could just lame out and then heal and then run timeout. And to his credit, GamerB had an incredible bracket run in Evo 2015, which was the first Evo I ever physically attended. And that was remarkable. But seeing that, I guess there's a lot of lessons to be learned from how they designed and put together Elena, because in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and I had the pleasure and privilege of commentating the top 8 for Third Strike at Evo 2023, alongside 4C Joe, who was fantastic. And you could see a lot of Elena had some jank as well. Her supers, her nuances in the matchup, the most broken car throw I've ever seen in my life. Of all the car throws, through all the different versions of Street Fighter. So
I mean, even as much as we love as much as we love through Street Fighter 3, right? There was a lot of unfinished things, even by Third Strike. I mean, supers that don't combo into each other, like into them, like supers that you can't combo into, right? You know, reactable supers, like even if they're like a command grab or something for a lot of characters, like Alex. You know, so there were obviously there were a lot of issues, but we love Third Strike no matter what, right?
Well,
like
no,
Third Strike,
we do.
Charm. But I feel like for this game, right? Elena just didn't function for the same way she did in Third Strike because of the ultimate gauge, right? You know, the more damage you took, the more you got your ultimate faster.
Yes.
Or your ultra, I should say. Sorry. And that was a big issue, right? So obviously, the more damage you took, or the more fireballs that you backdashed and stopped, right? You just kept building more and more ultra meter, which just gave you healing. And in this game 6, even if she gets healing, I don't expect it to be as crazy, just due to the fact it's going to be annoying. I just don't expect it to be as brutal as it was in 4, just due to the fact that, you know, having a level 2 to use to take out someone's drive meter is also just really big, or having a utility level 2 as well. So having a level 2 that is purely for healing, especially for a game like this where you do so much damage anyways, I'm wondering how much it's really going to matter. Because even in 4, right, you weren't always getting like the full healing animation, right? You sometimes had to cancel it early, but you got some of it back. Well, right, depending on the knockdown.
Yeah, to be fair, but sometimes there were situations where it was more favorable to do the full healing and take the combo after.
Right.
So in some situations they would do that, or for instance, if they were full screen, they could do the full healing and get hit with an EX fireball, and then it was still worth doing the full animation. But otherwise, like, you're correct in doing that first form of it is really
well, off of a lot of knockdowns was exactly, it was completely safe.
Guaranteed.
So but in this game, obviously it's so much easier to cash out, especially off of like a drive rush, right? You know, drive rush, heavy punch, drive rush, crouching medium kick, whatever, right? So it's going to be interesting to see. I don't expect healing to be as crazy because of that. So again, though, we don't know. We don't know if Season 3 patch, maybe they're going to make supers take longer to get. Maybe, you know, they're going to lower the damage more. Who knows what's going to happen with Season 3 patch. I don't expect a huge amount of crazy general game changes, but it could happen, right? I mean, we're in Season 3. Season 3 of Street Fighter 5 was when they first introduced the second V triggers. So for all we know, maybe everyone gets a new super this season, right? But we don't know. right? So it's all up in the air. We have no idea.
Yeah, you have like you may have some installation setups to do like you had with also Ultra Street Fighter 4. We had selectable ultras that were introduced in Super Street Fighter 4, and then the red focus as well. The red focus, the attack, as well as the delayed knockdown, which like significantly changed how Vortex and set play was done after Okazeme. So, and I want to go back to Street Fighter 6's credit. Street Fighter 6, as we start with the first match here, this is the loser's matchup here. We'll get to it. We got montage here. High Master Chun-Li, which I happen to be as well. So I'm enjoying this, and we're kicking off with the throw loops. But going back to my point here, Street Fighter 6 I think has a much better pace than Street Fighter 4. And the fact that Elena had time on her side that allowed her to dominate with lane play, I think it's going to be a bit tougher in Street Fighter 6 because you don't see many timeouts in Street Fighter 6. Not as much as you see in other Street Fighter games, especially when you have characters like Juri, characters like Luke. Rounds are one and done within 20-25 seconds. A lot of the time, it's not uncommon. In fact, when you see Street Fighter 6 commonly played with characters like Luke and Juri, that's where you see a lot of calling for Street Fighter 6 to be first and 3. Whereas I main Chun-Li, so my matches go like molasses. So me playing first to 5, I'm holding up the whole thing, you know?
No, of course, yeah, 100%. I agree with you that this game is definitely a lot faster than before. And I mean, we're already seeing this one. I mean, we already got Heretic Magic Man getting a perfect just to start off already. And already got a big hit here with the reset. You're gonna get the level 3, and, ending it immediately here as we're talking. I mean, literally proving your point, right? Just this game is a lot faster paced, right? There's not as much. There is the neutral here, right? But Drive Rush is always a threat, right? For a lot of characters.
I've been saying this for almost 2 years. If all the people complaining that Street Fighter 6 is too short, it needs to be 3 out of 5, and find me the ratio of how many of them played DJ, Luke, or Juri.
Right, exactly.
I gotta know. I just want to talk.
It's true, but I do think there's plenty of changes though, right? That we could see that could change that. You know, off of Drive Rush and whatnot. But let's get into this match though.
Montage keep going. Just went coast to coast. There were 2 combos. There were some good confirms because like the first one. So when you confirm the handshake, the toward medium punch, you can now get it into back fierce and launch them into the combo. But if you want to go the traditional route, just get the spinning bird kick. I mean, the corner carry is good enough. There's no problem with that. But then he converted with the Drive Rush low short stand medium punch, and then dropped a good opportunity there to get a corner crush or a reset there, which allowed Heretic to have this momentum that their Juri's currently on.
Yeah, right now though, Heretic definitely spacing himself out pretty well here, right? And we're finally seeing Project throw out that heavy punch to kind of deal with Heretic's heavy kick and heavy punch right now. But Heretic's pressure here has been very much on point. Gonna use the level 3 here, do a lot of damage to Project's drive meter, put him in a bad position.
Yeah, that was a good solid confirm to start off with the stand fierce and then get the Serenity Stream cancel into that low short to set it off. But then as soon as Heretic Magic Man is just able to get back up, I mean, he's able to just push back and almost take it to the same corner both times around there.
Yeah, quick 2-0. Again, I believe all matches here are gonna be first to 3s here tonight in this top 8. But hopefully we can see some adjustments here from Project because again, Magic Man just playing perfectly just outside just playing outside of their spacing.
Yeah,
you know,
when you anti-air with normals, like Chun-Li's got an anti-air normal with stand medium kick, and then you're able to stagger that and get that dive kick. That is just a painful thing there. You got to be careful of that because that cross-up neck breaker, a lot of players, especially at this level of the game, they like to get easy perfect parries on that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a low crush over the ground projectile. Hits him with a punish counter there. That overhead would have been around.
Yeah, big hell.
Be really dangerous.
Big call out there, but Magic Man getting the jump in there. Now on set point, looking to close this out 3-0 very quickly. Project, though, not gonna go down without a fight.
Yeah, gonna get the launch. It gets a good corner carry. I mean, obviously not great damage given that it comes off a perfect carry. Oh, fish forward with that roundhouse, but instead sends TDM into the corner there.
Nice. Using the Tensho kicks, though, to stop the pressure. No cancel off that cracking medium. Yeah.
You gotta go with your gut. Especially when it's match point.
Yeah, Yeah, and Heretic Magic Man though does have level 2 here to force burnout if they want to use it, but they're not even gonna need it. Cross jumping over to get a cross up, but it's not gonna matter. Perfect parry is gonna spend it all into level 3, and that is it. Yeah, Magic Man 3-0 over Project, eliminating them immediately out of the top 8.
Yeah, Panic, that was good. Good spacing there with the corner pressure. Jerry's really good at draining that drive gauge, especially with the stand roundhouse in the to just keep pressing, but then spacing that projectile correctly, so couldn't get that toward roundhouse to start up and skip over, because it has a bit of startup, take flight, and then once it does, it has that ground invincibility that was able to get that crush there. I thought there was a lot of good techniques TBM had, but just at critical moments there, the foot just came off the gas, and Heretic Magic Man was able to just take it all the way, take the momentum, and just take it all the way home once those things got established. But good run from TBM Project. Hope to see more of that Chun-Li High Master in our weeklies down the road.
Yeah, I mean, big thing there in that matchup, man. When you're fighting against Jury, right? Jury has her pressure is just really scary. Obviously, she's got her plus sunblock, medium punch, right? And a lot of her buttons, great disjoints, and they space her out perfectly to just get easy frame trap, like spacing traps as well. So it kind of forces you're in this weird position where you're like, I want to poke with like crouching medium punch, maybe crouching medium kick, but it spaces her out enough where a lot of the times for most characters that whiffs. And then she's able to, heavy punch you as a punish counter, right? And then go in and do a full combo on you. So fighting against Jury a lot of the times is that weird mindset where early on you kind of have to break that muscle memory of doing crouching medium kick when it's like a little bit more spaced out and go for like sweep a lot of the times, or a heavy kick, like a standing heavy kick or something, right?
Or just stop them.
Yeah,
right. Just get a turn. You got to just tell yourself you don't have the punish, and because that's a bad habit people build up where they and it goes back to Street Fighter V when Jury started to get really good and started to get a lot of really great results down the road. A lot of it was I'm still a little too. Get some lighting.
You're good. So, I got a bright light, so.
No, it just looks like I have like an infinite neck. But anyways, I probably do. But the point being that in Street Fighter V, Jury was a character who pretty much every normal of hers was minus. But exactly as you mentioned, the way that it was spaced, like Street Fighter V was a game where a lot of things that were -2 could very well be +1, given from the range that they would hit you with. Chun-Li's toward roundhouse kick was one of those. It would be -3. Some people would think that would be punishable. And in some situations, if it's like, like sardine can spacing, you're gonna get punished. And people assume that every time you block a shot, you block a hit, you block a strike, they think you got that sardine can spacing, and you don't. You got to be aware of the down and the distance. And you'll see great players that have that awareness. They never fish for it. They're very certain for it. They don't want to take the chance. But then some people see, instead of seeing, okay, do I have the punish or do I not? Take a step back and say, what's the mix? What can I do with my turn that can start to make the kind of thing unpredictable? Because I'll tell you, man, when 5 first launched and I was getting hit with spinning mixer, blocked it, they were -2. Master jab, 8 and EX spinning mixer. It's part of the game, man. You know, and I remember being so salty about it, thinking I'm losing to players with no fundamentals. But guess what, Chris? You lost to players with no fundamentals, you dumbass. Like, that's the way it is, dude. I mean, like, you can complain on X about it or Blue Sky, or you can get better.
Exactly. No, I mean, it's truth. If you lose, you lose. You got to hold that. You got to get better at fighting those kinds of players. But we're going to be moving into we'll be moving into this matchup right here where we got Rudagod taking on Huff and Hippo.
I want to do an intro for him. Can I?
Oh, go ahead.
Huff and Hippo.
Oh my god.
I'm a 90s kid,
It's true. I remember.
I can't stop thinking about my favorite board game, That's why. You ever had those hungry hippos money matches? Oh, he stopped the overhead. How rude, brother. God of you. All right,
that's hungry hippos money match.
You can tell I'm tired when I'm getting funny as hell, That's one thing that I wish like YouTube viewers hated that I did, that I'd be like, yeah, I get it. I agree.
Listen, Listen, I've done commentary with Captain No Fun, and that guy only does punch
Have you
every
seen
day.
us?
Dude, have you guys
like
commented?
Yeah, and it's non-stop pun. It's puntacular.
Oh man, yeah, no, that stuff's always crazy to me, man. I
can't.
can't. How you guys are able to do it? Oh my god.
Yeah, we have no shame. That's the level. No, he's gonna hold on to that level 3. Okay, rely on the safe jump there. Huffin' Hippo. Okay, you're talking Rekka. You come get these hands, son. Oh, what a comeback.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, right now, Ryu trying to fight back with those jabs, but they're at a distance where he can't do jab into jab, right? So Huffin' Hippo immediately heavy punch, right? Because he knows he's out of that range. And if Ryu pushes another button, he knows he's going to get the counter hit.
And Street Fighter 6 has a lot of that, you know? Like, Street Fighter 6 has a lot of, you better come correct on those block strings. I know people on Twitter want to say, like, oh, I miss the days of having guaranteed brain rot pressure. Now, what was he reaching for?
Oh yeah, that was an interesting use there of EX command grab though. A bit too far away.
I like the dive kick there past the fireball, but it's all style, no substance for now until he's able to get that scarecrow looking record there.
Yeah,
Use
use
has a little dab on it, you know.
Yeah, using the Hermit's Elbow there to great use. Not a move you see very many Jamies pull out, but I believe once he hits 3 drinks, I think he gets the follow-up. If not, I think it might be either 3 or 4 drinks he gets the follow-up hit there with the Scarecrow, like you said. So great usage.
Yeah. Oh, there comes the punish counter hit. No, we can't sweep it off the ground. No,
wake up
more like a
there
no TG. Oh, there we go. He gets a counter hit. Yep.
Yeah, we're getting the pressure going right now. Asho again, yeah. Starting to call out Hippo, who's doing who's mashing after the jabs, right? Ryu doing a lot of jabs, not using the light Hasho, right, as the frame trap. Now he is, and Huffin' Hippo getting caught out. So we'll see if now Huffin' Hippo, right, is gonna slow down a little bit. Oh my god, see the sweeps coming out. Ryu, the god, I gotta say, every time I see him play, he feels like a 9-to-5 Ryu. If you know what I mean by that, you know what I mean.
9-to-5 Ryu.
Listen, you know, the Ryus who love to, they hold up forward, they hold up forward heavy kick, and they, you know, empty jump into sweep. You know, the classic online Ryu stuff. That's the 9-to-5 Ryu. That's a blue collar Ryu right there. And those guys.
I've said a lot of things about Ryus that have done that to me. Oh, there's the grab.
Bro, that's the classic. Every Street Fighter has a 9-to-5 Ryu. They all always do empty jump into sweep or something. That's constant. Doesn't matter what Street Fighter. But there's always slight differences, right? Street Fighter 5, they would dash at you 17 times because Ryu's dash by the end of the game was crazy, right? Or you know they would do sweep into V trigger. In this game, it's you know we're throwing out EXDPs, we're throwing out donkey kicks like it's nobody's business. So drive rush
online in Street Fighter 5. You had to guess. You had to like throw buttons out there to circumvent the idea of the dash, as you recall that.
Nice combo there.
Oh, safe jump. You bit. You hit a button, sir. This level 3 is just a formality.
Yes, sir. Nice. Ryu tying it up 1-to-1. Great hit there with the back heavy kick into the EX Tatsu. Love it. Love to see it. And now we're seeing some changes here from Ryu, right? We're gonna have to see if Huffin' Hippo is gonna be able to adjust now, right? This is first to 3. You still got 2 more games on both sides to close it out. But now we're seeing Ryu play a little bit differently, right? Getting those Hashos in those combos to catch Huffin' Hippo mashing.
Yeah, because Huffin' Hippo likes the buttons. And I don't blame him. I mean, Jamie's got good buttons.
Yeah, exactly. Having heavy punch right there.
That, like, yeah, right there, because that's minus a bit, that first part of the record there, but you're reaching, and you just, when it doesn't hit, you might as well just, you got another turn.
Yeah, it's like I was talking about before.
You roll doubles, you know?
Yeah, it was like I was talking about before, right? There's that spacing where it's a little weird, right? Whether it's Jury or it's, you know, Jamie in this situation, that you instinctively do jab or you instinctively do crouching medium punch, but it's too far away, right? And then you get caught. So, again, just one of those mind games that you have to deal with in Street Fighter 6. And what a whiff punish there from Huffin' Hippo, man. Standing medium kick, bro. What a button, Jamie.
That's one thing, man. You want to excel with Jamie. You want to make sure they never get anything on you when they go air to air. When they take to the skies, you make sure they stay grounded. Those seats cannot recline. You know, you may be able to purchase some alcohol, but all you're eating are peanuts.
Wow, that traded? Oh my god, poor Jamie.
If at that.
4 drinks. 4 drinks here, though. Any clean hit here from Jamie, 100% kills.
Oh, low forward there.
Oh,
Let's see if the drive rush goes into it. Gets a safe jump afterward. Yeah, it goes empty with the jabs. There we go. Overdrive Shoryuken to take the 2-1. No, I'm sorry, to even it up 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1, and that was actually a really good use of meter there for a Maru, right? Spending all the his drive meter and not having to spend any of his super meter at all.
Oh,
big hit here.
What are you dashing
Sir.
at? Feet on the floor, mister. I wanted to get away from the cage there.
Cross up there.
Oh, there we go. Dan Fierce got the trade there. Okay, let's see. Goes for the overhead after the drive rush. Okay, cheeky. That's one cheeky hippo.
Got him in the corner here. No anti-air there. Maybe a bit too far, but this is death. No, you're dead.
Yeah. Just as you mentioned that was the 9-5 Ryu confirmed. I mean, no sweep, but he just goes for the kill, empty jump. Because hey, when you hit the empty jump, you know those lows come at you at a high percentage. So he was ready. Put on the gas. Take it to the level 3. Rude God going up 2.
Yeah, great set between both of these players. I mean, we're scrapping right now, right? Both of them, just throwing out buttons in each other's faces, but we're seeing some good whiff punishes. We're seeing some good confirms. Now we got to see if Huff and Hippo, though, can, keep Ryu to God in the corner, right? We've been seeing him get him in the corner like this, but no anti-airs on the jumps. Yeah,
you
just
gotta
being able to jump
attack those jump attempts one way or another. You can't let them get a turn as soon as they escape. You can't leave that door open like that.
Exactly. Oh, cross up there. That I was surprised.
Oh, counter hit there. Oh, good block on the overhead. That's going to leave unsafe. Okay. Okay,
Yep.
could have had a little extra mileage there, but then was able to get another confirm on the table because if I was hitting too many buttons. Oh, he tried to trade with it with a stand fierce. But that's the thing. When you got, that's a privilege some characters have. Like, I've always said, if you can alter your jump arc, like in Street Fighter V, you're automatically a top tier character. And Jamie has that strength, especially against characters who anti-air with normals. If you anti-air with normals, they can switch up their approach, their attack. Zangief could drop the knees, he could do a splash. Jamie, depending on how much he drinks, get a nice little delay and then get that over it in there. If you're going to challenge dive kicks out there, you got to get the DP in there. It may not be the most rewarding, but it works.
No, 100%, I agree. And right now, though, in this matchup, it's just feeling like here, Rue to God has been finding every single way out of the corner, and Huff and Hippo is just having a huge amount of trouble dealing with it. And again, like you said earlier, right, he's not taxing anything, but he's gonna get
projectile. He read that. He read that Hadouken like the Tupac hologram. He just saw it projected out there and come. Oh, he doesn't get the juggle though. Does not get the juggle off the fences. This gives Rue to God another release, another opportunity here to deny a 2-1 tie-up. Okay.
Not gonna matter. Not gonna matter, Huff and Hippo. Yeah, big heavy kick there to get the punish counter. Yeah, it was unfortunate, dropping that follow-up there, but able to close it out at least. The XDP. I think it might be the first one we've seen from Huff and Hippo.
Oh, good low crush with that overhead there. It goes over lows when it has the active frames. And then you see also using that dive kick to stop short. And that could bait out potential DPs. Empty jump into the low short there. Bottom looking, and then gets the safe jump there. Rudigod stands his ground and now is able to get out of there. If he can use the wall, but no, takes the reversal. And he tries to reversal back. Yeah, the punish counter throw is all you need for the round.
Yeah, but now Huff and Hippo on set point, turning it back around here with that 69 every time. But good start here from Ryu.
This is the winner's side bracket that we have. And we've been switching around with losers and winners just because of accommodating for players being on other streams.
Indeed, indeed. Oh man, donkey kick trading there. Not a bad spot for Ryu, but he's getting called out almost every single time for trying to go for that Denjin. No, that does not confirm there. Oh,
the shimmy, and then gets the punish counter throw. And then eats that jump in there, but Hippo can't finish it. Leaves it on the plate there.
Not spinning the meter.
Yeah, doesn't go further. Tries to get the Jodan. Oh no, but you see just by a pixel. He could have blown up that drive impact and he was damn sure betting on it. But a pixel, the sliver of HP is just enough for Hippo to have it just by the last beaten chamber of his heart. Moves along the final.
I gotta say, you gotta spend the meter, man. You got to spend the meter. In these situations, especially Street Fighter 6, if your opponent has level 3, right, you're close to death, like a reversal level 3 or something that hits you could kill you, just spend the meter, man. Take the risk in that final round. right? You know, if you have to win neutral a bit more because you have no meter in that final round, so be it. But man, dropping your plate there, especially when you get a guy with kill.
You know the remorse you feel as a player when you lose something like that. Like it's there's a corny catchphrase I'm trying to coin, but I frankly I don't think it's gonna get over. But it's you know, don't let a round 3 problem cost you round 2.
Yeah.
You know, exactly. And you're because a lot of the times, hey, I do it too. I'm gonna put that. I mentally put my meter in the fridge. You know, I put my meter and the resources to the fridge because I need that level 3. And to be fair, if you don't use that level 2 or level 3, you know, you think about that you use it and then you go into the next fight and then they immediately drop the level 3 on you and you're in a life deficit for one of the rounds. Let's go to the other side of the winners bracket though, Panic. We got Liquid O, who we saw earlier last week in 4th place, going up against Mando. We got a very interesting Zangief.
Yeah, well, this is gonna be a rough matchup for him. But now I'm remembering where Liquid O, because he was playing Ken a bunch of the times, and then when he was down 2 games, he would switch to Dhalsim. That's why I kept forgetting who he was playing, because he kept switching up who was what a character he was up with. But
reversal punish counter, that is going to be Hill.
Exactly. Yeah, Liquid O. We don't see the Dhalsim unless it's like it's his main for sure, right? But we don't see it all too often, unless it's like a very good matchup, which this would be one of those. But what a confirm! I love it. Into level 1 there, big damage already on Mando.
You know, in my experience though in Street Fighter, I've had the pleasure of dealing with a lot of Zangiefs and how they operate mentally, and I feel like if you really are some of the Zangief mains like, and they are so true to the art, they like this man.
Oh no!
I think that's an issue with the spectating.
Oh no! I think
did they kick this all?
Liquid left. I think maybe Liquid's hey, thankfully we have the ability to go right back to where we were thanks to that update for Street Fighter 6. So looks like
that
Liquid
is a clutch update. Like it's helped so much improve the quality of life online. Really appreciate that, Capcom. You know, and I hope it is an appreciated feature that they put in, much like the team battle feature in the game, which I think is godlike, but never used. And when you see team battles, they just play versus and they restart the game over and over again.
I do believe though the team battles in this game are all 1st to 1 though, I believe, aren't they? It's like
I think there's features for it because I remember the Street Fighter 5 version.
Street Fighter 5 you could change
everything. You could even change your controllers and button check mid-set.
Yeah, I don't think you can in this one. I think you can't. I think you can't change the set. Maybe they changed it in one of the updates. I just remember when this game first came out, 2 years ago, you couldn't. But it's not gonna matter anyways, because here we go. And yeah,
this is a real test of the Dhalsim's composure here. You got the drive rush in the face with grappling. Okay, push back a little bit, but there's a lot of cost.
Yeah, and remember, we are up around from Mando here, right? Because we did get the reset for the game, thankfully, because of the update. So Mando is up around in this game. So Liquid already close to losing this first game. A little scary. Fireball's coming in. Okay, building up some meter here. Again, we're seeing Mando. I think Mando trying to pull out some buttons preemptively to catch out the heavy punch from Dhalsim. Just play slow, but right now Liquid though has the life deficit here, and it's not going to matter here because he's going to get a big confirm. There is the EX Lariat. Mando going up a game against Liquid. Okay. Big heavy punch here. Got him up against the corner here. Again, locking him down.
I love the challenge against the floating. The flotation too as well. If you get drive rush, roundhouse, those kind of options, high sweeping, high arcing moves that can get both up the X and Y axis, can give Dhalsim a lot of trouble. Like, especially when he thinks he has a safe retreat, you realize that he's got no corner there. It's a brilliant approach for taking him. If I'm Mando right there, I'm happy with that trade. If I get a knockdown, even if I get hit with the parabolic projectile. No can he get something out of it? Oh no.
The fireball block.
I think he could have sweeped in some situations. I think Dhalsim's hurtbox stuff far out. You could even from parry, you might be able to get a sweep or something.
That's true. I mean, a big counter hit sweep could definitely kill him here, but now Mando burnt out. He can block this out though.
Like my next guess would have been
Oh my gosh, he got to confirm into level 1. My gosh, Liquid.
And still has the life lead goes. Either way, great lariat, well timed, well reacted to. Really appreciate that.
Yes, sir. I'm surprised that the normal lariat actually worked there.
Oh, look at that juggle there. Hitting the Yoga Flame to send him up.
Yep, right now looking very good for Liquid this time around. But man,
great back down. Especially when you know that your opponent is so committed to giving chase. That
we're seeing
creates so many problems.
Yeah, we're seeing Mando now trying to fish out for these heavy with these heavy punches, but Liquid, man, is spacing himself out great, using the teleports to get away from those heavy punches. Right, it's one of the easiest ways for Zangief to get in, especially in this matchup. But Liquid gonna take this SPD.
Once Mando gets his space, he's gonna take advantage of that. Drive rush in there. Level 3. Oh, where did he have enough room to churn that butter? I don't know. I got full of cream, casuals, everything around me. He thought you could drive rush into that, hit a roadblock, derailed, nails in the tires, drop him flat.
Man, no, you would think that this is a 8-2 matchup for Zangief right now.
But that's the thing. Zangief players don't care.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them do not. You don't see a lot. If you're going like, oh, that's an 8-2 matchup for Zangief, then you're not a Zangief player.
It's true.
Like it's a Zangief player is someone who would take on old Sagat and Super Turbo with Zangief. They embrace the challenge.
Dude, they want to see that SPD land. That's what they care about.
Why do we spinning pile drive 7-foot tigers? Because it's there.
because we can. Nice parry though. Gonna get the corner here. Now Mando close, getting out of burnout though. Liquid, big hit here.
Overextending a little bit there. Let's see. Perfect parry. Oh no.
Yeah, wasn't able. Maybe like you said, if he did maybe sweep, he could have gotten the knockdown. But Mando tried to get the confirm with the light kick to stay in on.
It just seems he's coming up short. Maybe drive rush sweep would work, or maybe that spinning heel kick would. I mean, I give the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure Mando has labbed it much more than I have with this character. But it just seems like the bear just doesn't have the reach. The pause just comes short. He's not getting the honey.
Yeah, right now Liquid playing very, very well, slowing it down as much as he can, putting those limbs out there to shut down Mando. But good, perfect parry. There's the sweep.
Go.
Yep.
There we go. Yep. Goes low. Doesn't go for the level 3 there. SPD good enough. Got himself a life lead here. Let's see that drive rush. Drive reversal preemptively. Get him up out of there. Deep crossed him. Nobody home.
Yeah, that fireball, very good. Definitely, you know, it's the Blanca-chan for Dawson, man. EX air fireball or upwards one. That thing is amazing.
Shout outs to Ed's SF5. Oh, there we go. Yeah, caught him challenging the drop kick there. He was able to stop it this time. Is the power bomb enough? Oh, HP.
Oh my gosh, this could be what Liquid needs though to get out of this, but it's not gonna matter. Crouching jab shuts him down, and Mando. Set point. Here we go.
Yeah, he needed a bigger conversion to get that critical arc to connect. That would have closed. That would have sealed the deal there. Either way, it's back to neutral. But he's got the meter advantage here, so he could cash out on that level 3 at any point. For his OnlyFans, is not going to be on the table here, no matter how lame this round goes.
No, of course not, but he might get that level 1 or the level 2. But right now, he's got to get past these, the iron wall that is Dawson's limbs.
Well, it's match point Mando, so see what that means. Tries to feint him again with the whip dive kick. Drop kick, rather. Into that lariat setup there. More SPDs.
Yes, sir.
Liquid's drying up here.
No
does it catch? Yes, it does! Oh, man! He just turned Mr. Fantastic into a slinky.
Brother, now
he's baited. Mando, drive rush is in there. It connects, converts, does it? Oh, there we go with the critical arc to prevent the 3-0.
Wow, Liquid making it happen, but Mando, man, is not making it easy for Liquid at all, man. Mando has been making basically almost every single every correct guess in this matchup so far against Liquid, and we can see Liquid hesitating, especially once he gets in. when Mando gets in on what to do on defense, right? Mando has been just, you know, whatever it is with the perfect parries, with the drive rushes into SPD resets, right? He's just been making the correct guess every single time, and it has been brutal, I'm sure, on Liquid's mental on hesitating to throw out limbs, right? If you keep seeing those perfect parries coming out. So
Yeah,
what's going to be the danger?
It's a big challenge there because Mando's been able to score a lot on getting in the offense, making the right moves, and we're starting to see that more conversions off perfect parries and more just the situational awareness, which when Zangief players have, I mean, they can beat you with randomness and rushdown, but when they have situational awareness of how they can counter you and get in, they get in there. But in Liquid's case, getting this one fight, it could just be a matter of just being patient enough, being patient enough and being able to continue pressing on, and we'll see where the next battle here goes. But on the other side, Huff and Hippo, who we saw earlier with that Jamie overcoming Rude to God earlier, that's going to be on the other side of the winners final and made it through the ladder.
Yeah, potentially taking on Mando or Liquid, depending, right? And obviously on loser's side, we got Rude to God taking on Heretic Magic Man coming up soon. But let's see if Mando can close this out, or if Liquid can take advantage of that win and turn this around. Nice.
One sliver of HP away from making it into the winners final.
Yep.
You gotta try not to be tilted by that. Sometimes you feel like you just got sent back down the mountain, you have to climb again. Especially in matchups like Dulzim, where if you give chase, you just open yourself up to a world of hurt. That perfect parry starts off, but he's already below 25% threshold with his HP.
Yeah, that could change though very quickly, especially for a character like Zangief, man. Once you get a big punish counter, once you get in, oh man, tried to punish that.
Oh, see, trying to get that whip punish there. I like that. He knows. He knows historically how this matchup works, because in some other versions of Street Fighter, it works.
Indeed. Nice anti-air though.
Yeah.
Yep, good stuff there from Liquid. Looking to make it 2-2 here quickly. Mando, though, getting in. Nice, getting out of that.
But he dropped his own. Yeah. You know, he was already committed to doing that, the headbutt after the face of the dodging the SPD there.
Yeah, good.
So it works out for Mando. If you can miss an SPD and just take a small punish, that's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, we're seeing the difference here now, Mando, right? Getting these perfect parries, but switching up what he's doing, right? Either he's going for the immediate sweep, right, to get the knockdown, or he's going for the SPD reset, which Liquid, again, is having to just guess for.
Yeah, Liquid needs to confirm here. He's within the range now, even though given Zangief's relatively high HP, but this should be enough even without the critical hit. We're going to be tied to
well. Yeah. And now Mando has to climb up the mountain one more time. Liquid finally defending the castle, so to speak, right? Sending down the boiling water, sending out the boulders, keeping Mando away.
Coming back for 2-0 after a sliver of health, preventing you from going down 2-0. You gotta feel like you're betting on house money. You got nothing to lose. And this makes some players like that, yeah, a little bit more scarier, because they're pretty much like, I'm out here working overtime, man. So.
Definitely. But here we go. Big slaps coming in from Mando, knocking him down. Okay.
Using overhead reversal, send away that headbutt shenanigans. Oh, the reset of the fire there.
Yeah, wow, the child.
Mando got shook a few times there, but Liquido was not able to do damage there.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that that fireball saved him from the pressure that Mando was putting on him. There's the sweep, though. Got the punish. Reversal called out.
Give me that.
Yes, sir. SPD.
In this case, Mando was patient enough to be able to close that one out.
And there's the drive rush sweep. Empty jump. He tried to go for the SPD, but Liquid said, I'm mashing. Good tech, though. Here we go. Okay. Back to neutral here very quickly. This matchup, man, it is fast, and then it slows down.
Match point for Mando here. Being patient against limbs, trying to not get himself in this situation.
Yeah, trying to save his meter there.
Keep getting piled on, yeah. So he wants to just walk forward and block, keep it safe. It's like that low short, sorry, standing short, which hits low. Happens to hit him, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. We're seeing Liquid, right, playing a little bit slower, right, not throwing out as many limbs, right? He doesn't want to get punish counter. There's the heavy punch, though. Nice! Going for the dive kick there. A little, the screw. Try to chase the teleport.
Ooh,
make anything happen.
Yeah, perfectly spaced dive kick there. Not going for any of the supers there at all. Got to win this with the neutral.
Yeah, now Liquid. Oh, nice.
There we go. Yeah, he was looking for that earlier, and then goes into SPD mode with that. Doesn't give him a life lead, but he's in the range to do it, and the level 3 takes it home. Mando will advance to the winner's final against Huff and Hippo.
Oh, there's no way, bro. You did not just quit.
Yeah, I mean, he's got more to play here because he will play the winner of Rookie versus Jazdero over in the losers bracket, which I believe is the next match that we have queued up and ready to send your way.
Listen, all I gotta say, bro, is hold that. hold that shit, bro.
That was an awesome back and forth match. I mean, Mando definitely was able to stop the comeback there in brilliant fashion as well. That was a very good comeback that Liquid put on, getting those 2 wins up on the board. You blink and then it's final round match point between the two. Just a good back and forth tug of war. Hope to see more of it in the later on in the bracket.
Honestly, that matchup, man, no matter what, like, as much as you want to, like, obviously I see Mando in the chat saying like a ZZZ, like a snooze fest, like there's a lot of stress for both players a lot of times in that kind of matchup, right? You know, Dhalsim has to constantly keep, like, it might seem like Dhalsim is just like easily keeping you away, but right, he has to make the right decisions. He's got to be throwing out fireballs, right? He's got to be covering so many options, right? Geef just theoretically has to guess right once, right? You know, and get in, and then he could end Dhalsim's life right there, right? Generally, not always, but it's not an easy matchup. It's not an easy matchup both ways, for sure. For sure, mostly on the Geef side, but Mando making it look very easy.
I think it's also like when you're not getting like a big punish off of an SPD attempt as well, the Zangief player like immediately feels like they're not taking much of a risk to get the high damage. And there were just a lot of SPDs that Mando was able to convert on throughout the whole match. But of course, didn't make it one-dimensional. But we saw like missed command grabs and missed opportunities and critical drops for Zangief that I felt Liquid left some opportunities to get some damage on the table.
Yeah, but Mando will be moving forward, and we'll be watching this one here as we're going to see if who is going to eliminate who here on our losers round 1, the other half of the loser side match here between Jazdero and Rookie. Nice to see a Luke versus a Bison, right? You know, not a whole lot of high-level Lukes anymore that you see out there outside of like Noah the Prodigy. So you know, outside of him playing against Bisons, not something that is very familiar, right? Fortunately, the Luke crowd has a.
I still think he's ridiculous. Luke.
He's very strong. He's a very strong character for sure. Still,
he still has like a lot of the things that made him a dominant player even in Street Fighter 5. And so, I know that he's gotten some nerfs that were significant and do affect some players' character choices. But at the same time, I just feel that Luke players have nothing to complain about.
I mean, you know,
if you make a Luke complain, if you make a Luke player complain, I think that's one of the highest compliments you can get in Street Fighter.
That's true. I mean, Luke obviously still got very solid. You guys got very solid neutral, right? Very solid buttons. Gonna get it. He still gets a good amount of damage here, and that's gonna hit here. Gonna get the level 2 to tie it up here for the final round for Rookie. But yeah, no, I mean this matchup. I mean, Luke still is kind of somewhat one-dimensional comparatively to other characters, right? He doesn't have like as many crazy mix-up options, but his pressure can be very scary. You know, heavy knuckle, right? Crouching medium kick, crouching medium punch, right? All very, very punch.
Yeah, if you walk into it, I don't think there's not a lot of situations in Street Fighter 6 that are worse than walking into Luke's crouching medium.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, all other big thing, right? You know, solid anti-airs, right? You know, he's got obviously the buff from the fireball now as well, so he's very solid neutral here, but big hit here coming from Rookie. Gonna take Jazdero to the corner. Now you gotta guess reversal, no punish. Missed
close.
The punish there on the reversal. Yeah, that could have been
it was
huge.
looking like that crouching spawn was all but guaranteed to get in there. Level
3. Yep, this is a great option from Jazz. Doesn't have to spend all of his meter, but he's going to spend the level 3 immediately to burn out Rookie here. He's going to be left with very little meter. Scissor kicks. Nope. Going to go for the pressure. Rookie fighting back, though. Dancing here. Got him in the corner.
Good patience by Jazz. Rookie had no drive gauge, so it's just about trying to take a step back, try to see what they're going to do. A lot of them were trying to get the either dash up throw or just doing what they can to dodge the impact there.
It's definitely one of the things that, you know, as a high-level player, right, as just a player in general, you need to be aware of, right? Like, when you've got your opponent in that situation, they're burnt out, they're in the corner, sometimes it's a good thing to kind of take a second there to step back because they might wake up reversal, right? There's a lot of things that they could do that you can react to, right? But if you keep the pressure going and they hit you with it, they can turn it all around. And Rookie finally getting a punish there on the drive reversal from Jazz Darrow. Close out the round. Looking to tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, that was a fantastic round there for Rookie. And look at how they pick it up from there. We're in the same corner again. Oh,
Here comes the bomb.
Okay, yep. And then gets that drive rush knee in there. Want to stop them. Want to make sure they don't mash on wake up. Force them to block. You know, they're
exactly.
Does that. Oh, you don't want to give. That was wow. Jazz dodged a bullet there, catching 2 low forwards with no confirmer and drive afterwards.
Yeah, but here comes
line up in there. Like, open up a little bit. Rookie real close to burnout. Almost a whiff punish there by Jazz.
He's gonna spend the meter here. Level 1. He's gonna be very close to this kills. Does not.
Doesn't kill.
Oh, big heavy punch, but they're gonna get the counter hit with the crouching medium punch. This is gonna be enough into level 3. Rookie tying it up 1-1. Jazz, unfortunately, not opting to spend that level 2. Maybe thought it was gonna kill with the level 1. Unfortunate.
Yeah, you gotta deny that opportunity. It doesn't matter what the life bar says when he has that level 3 on deck in a million different ways to connect to it and take so much of that damage like clockwork. Rookie gave him an inch, took a mile.
I see, you know, I see Grand Toda guy in the chat. I gotta imagine, you know, he's just like, hey, dude, just pull out the JP, bro. Just pull out the $1 million character, because here he comes. Or, did he switch back
JP
again?
he's got a matchup. You know, the matchup is, he is the matchup. You know, it's really about a matter of, it's a boss fight. You're just climbing through it, and JPs can make bad decisions or be forced to take some risks here. And then from there, you can just play through it. But because of it, it's good because what I like about approaching this matchup is that you don't have to just walk into what we call Luke's slot. I guess that's what the kids are saying now. Until Luke earns his way in.
Yeah, I mean, Luke definitely in this matchup still has a lot of ways to get in, just like that, right? You know, heavy knuckle, very solid against JP. And Luke's normal dash in and of itself, right? Very fast and covers a lot of distance. So, you know, Luke actually has a lot of easy ways to get in here. And that fireball, brother. That EX fireball. Very good.
Yeah, the projectile is something Luke, JP has to worry about, has to take into account. It's not as guaranteed as him always having the first punch there. Great juggles there from Jazz Darrow. Cashing out with the 12 hits. What's the mix-up going to be? Oh, he's going to hit a button and get uppercutted. I'm going to push back, but that uppercut that projectile is good enough to get the job done. But yeah, wow, that was a heads-up play by Rookie because very close to getting that burnout. When you get that burnout, it's pretty much all but guaranteed what Jazz Darrow could do after that level 2. But good timing on that jump back. Because
yeah, man.
Really, you're just looking for the escape. You're looking for the escape, so you don't have those situations that can take you down when you have 0 HP. But Rookie, again, leading house. It's going to be close.
Yeah, man, right now, Rookie is just playing so aggressively, just keeping the pressure on Jazz. Jazz having a hard time. He's trying to find a way to slow this entire match down. But Rookie, man, is just pedal to the metal. But here we go. Here's the stun. Not going to kill him here, but maybe can get us set up into another big hit after. There's the portal. Oh, trying to go for throw, but there's the bait anyways.
But the
level
bait,
2.
I mean, the whip throw becomes a bait within itself. Is it enough after the level 2? No, needs a little bit more to departure.
Hey, Rookie was able to make a comeback from this, but not gonna matter. Drive rush, jab, gotta guess. Final round.
JP's drive rush is so menacing.
Like, he's walked it on purpose. Nice fireball again from Rookie, shutting down the spikes from JP. Something you gotta be so careful of as a JP player, right? You can't just freely be setting stuff up. He's got that hit scan fireball.
Yeah, wow, able to fit the perfect parry in there after the overhead, and then gets the side switch, but amnesia. I remember nothing. And we're back to square one.
We are. Yep, and Jazz in the corner. What a whiff punish, though, on the heavy punch. This is gonna be a lot of damage. No, just not
missing the level 3 by a sliver. Oh, he thought the conversion was looking for. I know he was mashing the level 3.
I know he didn't have enough. He did not have enough meter for it. Now he's got to guess this, and big jump in from Jazz is gonna close it out.
Oh, you get that level 2 slop, and it's like, man, burned out with no HP on deck. Jazz was able to pull a checkmate situation out of nothing. I've seen a lot of JP players pull off. Believe me, I'm not bitter about it at all. I think it's but that's what JP does. Like JP, it creates the great escape and is able to turn what may seem like definite losses into surefire into wins.
Yeah, no, I mean it's good awareness, right? You know, if your opponent is about to die, right, like they're there, just pop that level 2, right? If you're in a safe position to do it, do it. Especially now with the buff to JP, right, with the EX Fireball, and able to just cancel into level 2 is so huge, especially. But Jazz though up 2-1 here against Rookie. And Rookie, though. What
else we got to appreciate, too, is how about that new donation we just got on the Match Arena, raising it up to $12.75. We appreciate you in the community looking out for us.
Yeah, we still got some codes to claim, guys. We got some codes to claim.
Some of the codes.
Yeah, please jump in there.
As we get to the thrilling conclusion here of Losers Round 1.
So, yep, there's the Match Arena. Please, if you guys can, claim the rest of the codes.
Why is he not doing level 2?
It's true. Might be trying to save it. Maybe he feels like he can save it. See, there's the level 2, just as you asked.
Yeah, because like, I mean, Rookie didn't really have the resources to get the kill. We'll have to get a mix-up after that level 2 super, provided that Rookie goes in that direction there. But when you see that burnout, don't give the opportunity for the burnout meter to build back. It's like, dude, I just didn't understand what you're waiting for. If you have it, if the opponent burned out, level 2 is always a great thing to do, because especially since JP has the ability to teleport through any of those different portals, you can cross it up here. And because of this momentum now, Jazz on match point here and has a significant life lead, just checks the drive rush there, and then it gets in there with the level 2, and it's going to juggle.
Drops, unfortunately, there, though. Rookie still having a chance here. Jazz close to burnout, trying to go for the sweep. There's the burnout here. Jazz, though, just needs one hit. DP, here we go.
I'm trying to look for the trade here.
That was an amnesia.
Frozen there.
Oh, but the big DI. Rookie still alive, gonna force a final round here.
No, next final round.
I mean, it's just, well, final round for this game to tie it up.
To get there and tie it. Right.
But there's the DI immediately. Another unk check on Jazz. Not ready. Big damage here. Good tech, though. Oh, my God. These jump-ins, brother. Rookie. Spending it. There's the level 3. Jazz.
This isn't going to kill, but it's going to be a bit dangerous. I think Jazz is going to be considering maybe doing some amnesia here. Oh, but definitely hit a button. I don't know what it was, but it opened up in the middle of that string, and Rookie was able to tie it up.
Yeah, that was a great level 3 usage there, right? You have Jazz in the corner. He has very little drive meter, and he's a potential kill with a throw, right? Jazz is just forced to guess no matter what there. He can't even take the throw. And now we're here, final game. The script writers...
drop on the stride board there after the perfect parry. I mean, the damage would not have been significant, but it's just interesting, you know?
Yeah, listen, and
Neo, there we go, punish counter there. Yeah, back. That's a tactic, Hispanic. I want to mention that I really like is doing the backdash when an opponent from neutral drive rushes you from full screen. You know, you got the space that you're generated from the new real estate to get out that direction there and then get a big punish counter leading into that corner carry, and then that command grab, that reaction check. It's on deck. You got to be ready for it.
Yeah, we haven't even seen Jazz pull that out. That was the first time we've seen him use it, so that was a good way to close out the round, and now you are on set point here. Rookie, though, man, this pressure, when he gets started early on here, Jazz gets caught out, and here we go. More pressure. Gotta guess.
That jump back was really good. Rookie in the driver's seat here to even it up to one at a piece. I don't think either player is going to use a super. There's a lot of pressure to use that super when it's not up around a piece. There goes DDT. Is it enough? Yes, it is. Somewhere, Jake the Snake Roberts smiled.
Yes, indeed.
No one gets back up from a good DDT.
Yeah, that was big damage, man. You gotta love it. That buff for Luke, increasing the damage on that DDT. And right now, final game here, but Jazz does have that level 3, and he can pop off potentially 2 level 2s in this game if he uses it early. And we're gonna see if that's gonna happen.
Winner of the next round is time to face Liquid O. We're in the loser's quarterfinal here.
Yep, and big cash out here. A lot of damage on the board. Gonna be going into Jazz. Gonna be low on drive meter, a little bit under 2. Rookie though, getting mashed out on it.
They're trying to show you can't tell him that it's the wrong guy to mess with. Gets that driver versus sends it back. Now Jazz is burnt out. Rookie's got a little bit of the gauge left, but Jazz is gonna try to take stabs at it.
He had Jazz getting a little ahead of himself, thinking that Rookie was gonna immediately drive rush in and has burnt himself out. Rookie though, playing it very carefully here. He just needs one hit. There it is, big hit, gonna take him to the corner.
No, it does not convert, but the drive impact does. Wow.
As Rookie closing it out 3-2 against Jazz Darrow. Great match there from both of these players. I think the composure there from Rookie, especially once Jazz burnt himself out there at the end, right? To just take a second and just, wait a second, right? I mean, Jazz basically burnt himself out because I think he preemptively did the EX spikes on the ground because he expected Rookie to immediately drive rush, right? Not a bad thing to do, right? Because Rookie has been so aggressive, but Rookie, recognizing that immediately took a second to step back, did nothing, and then just took his time. He needed that one crouching medium kick to force that situation in the corner, and then that was it. That was all she wrote. So great stuff from Rookie. Both players played very, very well, though.
Yeah, it went all the way down last round. It was very back and forth with the momentum there, but Jazz just had more composure and just was able to just keep that psycho power rolling, especially with those level 2s, mostly being able to guarantee a win in some situations. But Rookie had some strong responses as well to answer back. Takes us to losers quarterfinal, where Rookie will take on Liquid O's Dulzim in what should look like a very interesting matchup there.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some great matches so far. I mean, we've had the script writers coming out forcing a bunch of 2-3s on us. So yeah, you'll love to see it. Classic. Anytime Neo Judai is going to be running any of these tournaments or any of these streams, man, you know how it be. The script writers are going to be coming out and forcing every match to be a 3-2. But here we go. We got Root of God taking on Heretic Magic Man, who is pulling out the Mai in this matchup.
Yeah, Mai Shiranui here. Kind of plays a bit, has the Shoto dynamic, having like a Tatsu, a DP, very interesting projectile game that confirms those 3 lights into the elbow there. The Shinobi Hinobachi. Don't push the pronunciation there too much. There's that overhead, it's quick. Gets a string of those shorts and uses the overdrive on that dive there to get an advantageous position, land that throw.
Yeah, I like that meaty overhead there from Heretic Magic Man, confirming into the target combo, the light kick target combo. Not a lot of people I've seen using that, so great usage there, getting this first round here. I don't blame him for going to Mai though instead of the Jury in this matchup, for sure.
Yeah, I like Mai more for this matchup as well. I mean, I think if the Ryu isn't too defensive, I think. Because if the Ryu is too defensive, then I mean sometimes you can work out like getting drive rush to work against you and such. But I do like Mai's confirmed game post bigger buttons. That plays great as well.
Rue now though got a good perfect parry there. Oh no, big jump in here from Magic Man. Another level 1. Resetting.
Yep, she's already powered up the fire from the previous level 1, so that resets her special moves to have 5 of the fire properties. Now, be very careful with that stand roundhouse because it's drive rush, and Rudigod's gonna go for the level 3 just to get
think, yeah, I think 100% the correct choice here. Spend it. Spend it, spend it, spend it. You need to make sure force, like you said, right? Don't make that mistake where you're trying to save up for the third round, but if you don't make it to that third round, it doesn't matter. So I think learning from his last game there to spend that meter. But Magic Man,
interesting
countering.
Good button, standing fierce and stand medium. But my spacing and position is good enough for Heretic Magic Man to continue with the pressure here. Now watch out, she's got throw loops for reasons.
Yes, sir.
I like the response there with the empty jump there. Level 2, will it? Oh, it got parried.
Yeah, big call there, burning himself out. There's EXDP, yeah. Ooh. And Heretic Magic Man going.
Yeah, it's gonna give you those extra hits. It's gonna get the first point on the board there.
Yeah, going up 1-0 here. Wow, great whiff punish is coming from Heretic Magic Man with that heavy kick. You know, arguably. Yeah, arguably pretty easy to do with mine because it's such a good button, but still good to do it consistently, right? So.
Oh, whips the DP. Okay, gets a punish counter with the elbow there. Leads the EX Renbu, which creates a jump speed.
And Ryu though was having a lot of trouble there trying to get out of the corner, was able to find a way out, and now Heretic Magic Man in the same position, jabbing out of that. Here we go, spinning the whole thing on the EX. To catch Ryu jumping
you gotta
forward.
be careful about that, about that overdrive version there, because it just adds some extra fans on the X-axis, and then no matter what, goes up must come down.
Exactly, yeah, unless you make a hard call out with like a Tatsu in the air or something like that to keep yourself just levitating a bit more, not gonna work.
That's a good low there by Heretic after that fan pressure. But then the judicious use of the stand roundhouse, it's very critical. Oh. Especially if you can get that drive rush afterwards, goes into the level 1, so that's going to give her the install.
Indeed it is, and now Ryu putting himself in the corner here, trying to fight a way out. Heretic Magic.
Oh no! It doesn't convert off the lights with the fire properties around him in the level 3 here. I think this is going to be enough. This guy.
Nope, just a little bit off. You threw rock, and you were wrong. So now. Though, this is not a bad spot, though, for Ryu. He just needs one light kick, anything to hit, and Heretic knows that.
Yeah, but he's that drive rate gauge back. Okay, got that back.
Walking back. Heretic Magic Man has been walking away from every single one of these jab pressure. What a call out there on the drive rush, crouching medium kick. But Heretic Magic Man fighting back, got you in the corner immediately. Now you gotta guess.
Yeah, both sides you can see very good responses there to drive rush offense. And you just see how comfortable they are with dealing with the shenanigans.
Okay, big elbow going in here. Okay, yep, gonna spend the level 2 and get the kill. Heretic Magic Man. Yeah, going up 2-0 here against Ryu to God. Ryu gonna have to find another way around Heretic Magic Man's offense. I think he's been making some good calls here, right? Being a little safe, but these buttons, he's throwing out a lot of buttons out on screen right now, and Heretic Magic Man is whiff punishing every single one. Gonna have to adjust how he's playing. Back throw. Okay, again, the spacing right now from Heretic Magic Man. Gonna get the follow-up there. EXDP. Final game here for Heretic Magic Man, potentially on set point.
And here advancing to winner semifinals with one tick here. Maturino moves up to $13 there bonus. And then converts, gets that level 1 off the stand fierce. Good stuff there, and then makes that ill-advised jump from Ryu to God there. The charged up fans create extra stagger, creating for more combos, more juggles as well. And
nice.
Yes, well spaced, very well spaced.
Yeah, definitely like it as well. Nice sweep there again. Heretic Magic Man just knows. Ryu putting out a lot of buttons there, and nice counter hit here. No, drop the confirm.
Oh no, and yeah, the throw loops on deck there. Oh no, felt some hesitation as Ryu to God wants to live to fight another round. I'll just kick it into the next one.
Yep, and here we are in again though. Heretic Magic Man in set point, right? He's got 2 bars on him. He's gonna build that third one for sure. Ryu, though, on the other hand, nothing to work with. Gonna have to build up some meter here to get any kind of super. Okay. Like in Ryu, playing using a few more buttons with less recovery, right?
Yeah, that whiff on the solar plexus could have led to trouble, but Rudigan continues the pressure there. The Hashigeki after the stand fierce leads to a frame trap and a button that Heretic Magic Man wishes.
Nice.
I like go with. Does the level 2? I think this is gonna hit. Yeah, it's gonna hit. And then also
I like it.
The fan in chase as well. Oh no, it's not. Oh, another one. But that drive impact amongst the 30 other things you have to look for in this game creates too much of a mental stack for the 3-0 sweep. Goes it on out.
I just want to say that was amazing call out there from Heretic Magic Man. The awareness there, man. You were put in a situation so quickly by Rudigan, man. Rudigan using the heavy kick and the heavy kick into level 1. Great call out. Tried to make a play there, and just amazing awareness. I gotta glaze a little bit. That was a good call out there, and forcing the checkmate situation there at the end. I love this. You love to see it. It's one of those things about Mai that I really like about her, right? Yeah. Like those, especially when she gets the installs. It's the coolest part of her kit is when she gets those installs going. And I think Heretic Magic Man did a really good job getting those confirms into the level 1s and just using it to the fullest extent, right?
Yeah,
which is a lot different from other Mai's.
Right, and even as the Mai player, you have to adjust your combos as well, because there's different properties as well with the multiple hits of fire fans, whether you charge them up as well, or you start to see they may create some one-off juggle states or some extra lights to go after. So that awareness is good, and really Magic Man was able to kind of have that that progressive scanning working for them to make it there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think Ryu had a lot of really good choices there throughout that match. I will say the big thing that made the difference here was Heretic Magic Man just making every single whiff punish, right? Just perfect spacing, right? Rudigan putting out a lot of heavy punches, a lot of solar plexus, even crouching medium kicks that were getting whiff punished consistently by Heretic Magic Man. And by the last game, right, we saw Rudigan making some adjustments, you know, using crouching medium punch instead to poke with, some jabs, right? And making sure that his crouching medium kick hits at least on block, right, and not whiffing as much, which did make a huge difference in that final game, right, forcing it all the way to the end there. But Heretic Magic Man, again, just great awareness to able to close it out. It was a very
first and is our third participant heading into the top 4. We are Liquid O and Rookie appear to be playing. We don't know if we're getting that on stream or not. I know there was some situations there with other streams in conflict, and on the winners, so that's holding up the loser side of the bracket, and then over on the winners side we are waiting to get to the matchup between Zangief and Jamie, which is going to be Mando against Huffin,
which we are going to be getting next. So we are going to get Mando and Huffing coming up here, but yeah, right now
we're going with winners.
Yeah, right now it's New York, it's Mando and Huffin in winners finals. Heretic Magic Man waiting for the winner between Liquid and Rookie in loser semis. So, you know, we're waiting for that 4th player in the top 4 here. But again, to explain how this started, remember this was a ladder, right? We went into this top 8. The top 4 players in the ladder started in the winner's side. The top and the bottom 4 players started in loser's side. So I think someone was asking who beat Heretic. No one did. He started in losers. But here we go. We're going to be starting our next match here. From the looks of it, I hear it. Let's see if we transfer over. There it is.
Final here. And this is winner's final, so this would be a 3 out of 5 set if it was a 2 out of 3 set. If the tournament was 2 out of 3, rather. So
yeah, been a 3 out of 5. Thankfully, best first of 3. It's all the way tonight. But here we go. Big hits coming in here. Mando already got a solid lead here. Man, bear grab, brother. Try to send him on the express train. What the hell?
Reaction. Hey, by the way, I want to ring the cowbell here. We just nearly doubled in size in the match arena there, now up to 25. So thank you for the donations there. Continue to support our players. We appreciate you. Help us keep our scene skill here.
Indeed. Please go in there and claim some codes. We still got 38 codes remaining, guys. If you are currently in chat watching, just go grab a code, please. It is free. Just get in there and claim it. just get a little bit more in the pot here for these players, because we're getting some good matches tonight. And the script writers are working hard.
They're working overtime in a dimly lit room with like it's smoke filled. They're holding on. The cigarette is like more of the butt prominent and just like a little bit. That's the middle area there. It's just one of them is sweating real hard, like mix between Jack Lemmon and Jack Lemmon and Glengarry Glen Ross. That's it. Which is where that Gil character from The Simpsons. Oh, Gil, you're gonna come back this time. There you go.
I hope I don't make you feel old, but I haven't. I'm not sure. There's a lot of what you just said right now.
You've never seen classic Simpsons? You have no clue.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no. I've seen Simpsons, not classic Simpsons. So
you haven't seen them.
Yeah. So it's. I don't mean to make you feel old, Chris. I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Big reversal.
That STD does. Mando takes it home there. That's going to score the first point on the board.
All right, yeah. Mando, quick 1-0 here. Though Huff and Hiffo, though, making it a fight here. You know, I just want to say, this is one of those weird matchups where, everyone was saying that this was definitely Jamie favored, and then since, some changes, and, I think just more experience in the matchup, people have started saying it's more Geef favored, right? So, it's definitely a strange matchup between both these players, because Geef wants to stay in close, obviously, to stop him from getting those drinks and get his SPDs going, and Jamie has solid buttons to keep him away. Right, but right now
I think it's predictability. I mean, really, it comes down to predictability. If one player is just more predictable than the other one, that's just going to create more problems than that. Because the thing is especially if you're predictable against Zangief, you're just giving away truckloads of damage. So watch out where he goes, where he wants to grab you, or where he reversals with those up kicks that we saw earlier from the corner. That's data. That gets downloaded.
Hiffo right now makes a big call out here against Mando. Got him up against the corner. Tried to neutral jump, but the reversal went past him. Unfortunate. Now you're in the corner. You gotta guess. SPD.
Works out in Mando's favor here. There it is. Is it the confirmed? Yes. Lariat to the level 3. It's gonna be more than just. It's gonna be
more than that.
It's gonna be more than
and loyal fans. I just want to say earlier also, Huff and Hiffo with that standing medium kick immediately into DI when he noticed the heavy punch. That was godlike. I just want to say that.
It was, yeah.
I want to say that was a very good
I mean, that's one of the anti-Zangief techs to have, to see him wind up and get those signs and put together those visual cues that you're able to work off of. That's the right thing to do.
Huff and Hiffo, I think Huff and Hiffo, this is so far. I mean, he's been putting applying the pressure on Mando quite a bit here. It just hasn't been able to close out the games so far. And big callouts though.
But barely able to puff. That's not enough to blow the house down.
Jesus. Chris, I was gonna say, it's like, I don't know, it's like you and Captain No Fun. I add, if you're a dad, I understand it, right? Like having the ability to get the dad puns out, right? And just get the knowledge out, like the sayings so quickly. But
oh, the bear grab! What an escape from the bear grab, especially facing down the 2-0 deficit. That's brilliant. Yeah, I get away with it. Somehow I'm still here in the FGC. I don't know why. But likewise, another thing is the Maturino happened to go up again. Now we're at 37 points, which is fantastic. So
thank you guys so much.
We got all the puns you need as long as we raise the pot.
Exactly, yeah. Big thanks, guys, for that. And here comes the damage. Level 2.
Level 2 is the jackhammer. Yes, it is.
Jackhammer. Tying it up here, and now it is Mando on set point, but Huff and Hiffo full meter on his
medium kick. Yeah, when Jamie or Kimberly are able to do that step back stand medium kick into drive rush, you're going to town, you're going for a ride, you're going to end up being a little bit more broken than those Steph pods over there, the unused ones that I guess have the inferior move lists.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to give them some of the most useless moves in Street Fighter history, like the ability to special cancel into a soul throw without it creating a juggle slam.
Listen. All right, you know what? You Rose players have had it good for too long. Yeah, you Rose players have had it too good for too long. All right, you guys can suffer.
What are you talking about? It's just Alpha. It's just Alpha 2. It's just Alpha 2. You guys think Rose is broken because she won Evo, but she doesn't even have the best backdash in Street Fighter 4. I digress. But still, Mando gets the job done with Zangief. All right, that was amazing. SPD work. Taking care of business. 3-0 in the winners final there. Huff and Hippo was trying to push back there, but I just think it's just when he's in the face there, he's got the options up in there, and there's a whole bunch of things just working out there. Unlike my dad joke. Not even a dad.
Well, you know, I gotta say, just between both those players, that was probably one I would say was a pretty close 3-0, right? It's weird to always say that, right? But I do feel like Huffin.
Weird to say that.
Yeah, it's always weird because, like, I think Huffin really did put up a really good fight against Mando. Again, I just think it came down to these, a few decisions here. Yeah, there was a few decisions here and there that just unfortunately Huffin was not able to take full advantage of. And Mando, man, the pressure once he started his pressure going, even though Mando was throwing out a lot of unsafe things, we saw a lot of panicking on the side of Huff and Hippo, right? Especially from like drive rush overhead kick, just like full screen or drive rush sweep.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of this is punishable, right? Drive rush sweep from Geef is punishable so long as it's not fully spaced out, right? It is still -8, right? So a lot of crouching medium kicks can punish that. But when you're kind of in that defensive bubble, when you're trying to like just kind of turtle up, right? And you're just letting Zangief just get away with quite a lot of stuff, right? And Mando especially able to do it to burn out Huff and Hippo, it made that huge difference here. Just that confidence, right? Just constantly like, I know you're cracking up a little bit. Like, we're gonna get in there, we're gonna jump on you, right? We're gonna make it harder for you, 100%. So, I mean, really good stuff though from Mando to keep that awareness, right? To know like, hey, my opponent's bottling up, I'm gonna apply the pressure. But I want to also say for Huffin, like, great stuff from him, getting those drinks in, especially once he got his offense going. He kept Mando guessing constantly, and Mando was just not able to guess correctly. Outside of a couple times. So great stuff from both players.
It was very well put together. But again, like, it's just as you mentioned, guesses. And how many times when they say it's just a few guesses, I mean, for Zangief, that is more than enough to create the overkill to put together. So unfortunately for us, I thought we were going to have a bit of a delay here, but it looks like Liquid has returned and it's ready to keep us going into the
Is it unfortunately because you want to keep yapping? Is that what it is?
No, I said fortunately. I said fortunately.
I heard unfortunate. I'm sorry, I'm bad. I thought you said unfortunately we're gonna have to continue the bracket here. I was like, oh.
No. Because they were telling us it was a delay. I was getting some notes. Giving the old Team Chris special, and by that I mean buying time.
Of course.
You know, I mean, we don't ever tell the stream like, hey, we gotta buy some time, but there's a lot of time where sometimes we'll be like, hey, you know, we got some dead space here, and then I'm just like, hey, y'all ever see season 2 of The Fresh Prince? So,
yeah, you gotta yap it up, brother. But right now though,
we're professionals. That's what we do. And thank you for that 1 penny donation to the Matcherino. Every cent counts. 37.25 now 37.26. Good stuff there, man.
It was at 12.
Know, if there's one thing, you know, Luke players have taught me, you know, every pixel counts. No moves are too cheap.
Exactly. All right, though, right here, Rookie up around. We've been seeing Rookie, right, just really solid aggression here, and I'm curious to see how Liquid is going to be able to shut this down. Comparatively to fighting Mando, right?
Well, he's just breathing fire in his face, shades of the classic Sheik.
Nice, stopping the driver.
Wrestling. Yeah, just enough to not burn out too. That could really come in handy too. So he gets an overdrive attack if he needs to. It's something that can connect a little better to level 1, level 2 super, whatever works, whatever's on deck. Oh, will it reach? Yes, it does. Sir.
Great call out there from Rookie on Liquid to get the first game here. I like it a lot. Saving that level 3, did not spend it earlier, like you said, and he didn't burn himself out also, which was very good.
The way he reacted to it, it was like it was like Hank Hill was able to smell the propane on his breath. Am I making you feel old there too as well?
No, I know Steven.
Oh, okay,
For
great.
that I do know.
Also, the voice actor, by the way, is in the new show Common Side Effects, which I think is a.
No, nice.
But but yeah, I mean, just reacting to it, to see the fire start off. So Liquid making the switch here. You know, Liquid said, I'm tired of taking it on in the neutral, winning with neutral. I'm just gonna skip neutral and get the Shiranui style up in the mix, which I'm a fan of as well. I mean, having achieved master with this character, I love Mai. She's super cheap, super rewarding, so much fun.
Yeah, this is definitely a little bit of a weirder matchup though for mine. Because right now, I mean, big hits here coming from Rookie. Liquid having to adjust to Mai. But, you know, Luke standing medium kick, right, standing heavy punch, all really, really good buttons to contest Mai with in neutral here.
Especially with the fan pressure, too. And that's one thing Rookie is excelling at coming off this perfect round, is just having the right responses to to each and every one of the fans. Knowing that it's not charged, you can deflect it with normals or have your normal projectile just hit it like a truck and go right through it. But then getting that rhythm timing to see when the throw is coming out as well, and then able to land that jump and take it home there. Let him go. All right, the Shinobi Hinabachi. Now here comes the throw loops on deck. Gonna shimmy, get that with the neutral jump, but that's a great Street Fighter reaction. Pumpkin neutral jump. I think that's high level stuff to get in there, especially when you got that DP. Now the level 1's in there, it's got the install. Check the drive rush, you can stand roundhouse there. No confirm, doesn't need to get it though, is able to stop the chase with that jump.
Yeah, I think the Rookie there was looking to just get the pressure going to get the chip out sequence, but unfortunately was not able to find it.
Yeah, Liquido got to confirm there, but Rookie wanted to go reaching, and that's going to allow Liquid to start the tank up a little bit after taking on the level 3.
Yep. Not a horrendous position here for Liquid, right? Does have that install like you said, but got to be careful here. Rookie's got a lot of drive meter to work with. No punish there on the heavy kick.
Yeah, in the corner of the side. Even a block drive impact can get splatted there too, so Liquido's got to watch out for that.
Nice confirm here into that
deep. You see the kill before. It does such good damage.
Yes, man, it does a lot of damage, and I know Alex is shedding a tear right now. I think Luke DDT.
This was an aerial throw though. It was different. It was a tornado throw, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, he did have to be standing for the hit.
The way the way Luke does it, it's more like the style of The Rock or Raven or Jake the Snake Roberts, like the original way it was done. Like, if you want to see the most brutal one, it's probably Saturday night's main event, Jake Snake Roberts against Ricky Steamboat. I mean, it doesn't look painful, but like he drove him straight into the concrete. It's pretty brutal. But yeah, Alex is, I just think like Alex is more for Joe. Tornado.
Oh yeah, of course. And Alex, I mean, like Alex is the GOAT. So listen, that's my character. That's my boy. And I gotta say, if the rumors are true, I'm gonna be a very happy camper this season. But we'll see if the leaks / rumors are true.
We'll see. I mean, Alex could be problematic, especially when he powered up. Towards the end of Street Fighter 5, it was definitely a problem. So Rookie here on match point loses quarters and immediately gets that meaty throw after the setup. Yeah.
Yeah, possible.
From there, but staring down the barrel of match point here, you could lose your tournament life because you chose to get that install over blocking, and now the throw loops are happening there. It's like, nah, I ain't going out like that. Oh, but not enough HP. Not enough HP. Yeah.
And Rookie shutting down Liquid and eliminating him from the tournament. Rookie moves forward to take on Heretic Magic Man, another Mai / Jury, here in losers semifinals.
Yeah, interesting choice. I mean, switching to Mai in that set, and then having it work out like that, the way it went down. So we're heading into the final four now in the losers semifinal on deck, which is going to be Heretic Magic Man against Rookie, who you just saw. Hopefully he stays in the lobby and is ready to get more of that Luke action on there. But Heretic Magic Man, he's the only player that we have not seen lose a single fight.
Yeah, 3-0, 3-0, back to back.
3-0 over TBM Project, 3-0 over Rudy God. Gonna have the work cut out for him though. Going up against Rookie.
I mean, rookie has been aggression. I mean, if there's been anything I've seen, like he's a very, very aggressive Luke, but not in the sense of like Noah the Prodigy, right? Noah the Prodigy is like aggressive, but he burns himself out, right? Like he forces himself into burnout to really put that pressure on you. But
Yeah.
Rookie's been doing a really, really good job of stopping himself right before he burns himself out so that he doesn't have the possibility to be put in a checkmate situation as easily, which I've been liking a lot from his game, his play style. It's been working out very, very well. But here we go into our next match. We got Heretic Magic Man and Rookie. Rookie's in for the long run. He's here for the rest of it if he keeps winning. So we'll see if Heretic Magic Man will be able to shut him down. Oh, we got a little bit of sportsmanship here. We're good. I think someone's. Oh, maybe the connection's bad. I don't know. Someone's router dying. Okay, looks like we're good. We're good. We're getting back into it. We're good. We're solid. Here we go. Throws coming out already though. Big hit here from Rookie. Got Magic Man in the corner. DP getting called out.
Yeah, punish counter with the elbow there. That's going to lead to a lot of fun stuff. Oh, missing with the overhead. We saw earlier, like, went for the drive rush with that overhead. Maybe the timing got a little mixed up there. But
Yeah,
doesn't throw out another fan or charge it just to make it safe enough to anti-air in the event it gets challenged with an aerial attack. Magic Man off to a good round here.
Yeah, this is one of those weird matchups for Mai, right? Like, especially if she tries to throw out a normal fireball without charging it, just because of the hit scan fireball that Luke has. But big damage here, man. Rookie, man, putting himself on the potentially close to getting himself around here. But wow, walk up into throw, no fear.
Yeah, you gotta set the tone if you're burned out with a life lead there. You don't want to give up too much there. So being able to score that throw, you're within that range. The opponent, even with that life lead, and then having the drive gauging when you don't, they have to respect it.
Yep, nice whiff punish there from Rookie. Taking out Heretic Magic Man, doing a lot of damage here. Getting closer to the corner, big jump in, yes sir! Level 1. Now you gotta guess, one more guess here in the corner. Blocking it.
Very good at baiting that level 1. Very good at baiting it. That worked precisely against Liquid as well. Saw that Liquid was looking to get that installation and that reversal, that 2-in-1. So it's very advantageous for Mai to set that up. So that's good taking it. So now Heretic is going back to what we saw earlier in the match against TBM Project. Magic Man had used Jury going up against TBM Project. So gonna switch back to that.
Seeing the Season 1 Capcom Cup Grand Finals matchup here again. And Jury, I don't blame the Jury play here, switching off from Mai. I think definitely has a lot more issues into Luke.
If you want to be specific, I mean, this is pretty much what most of the matchup was with the beta test as well.
That's true.
But we don't talk about that because you got some amnesty, and I don't want to out.
Listen.
I don't want to out that plug,
Listen, it's fine. We got $1 million character on the board, and we got what was it, 500,000 or 300,000? So, yeah, we got two solid characters. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Both these characters are very, very good still.
Yeah, but the one using that, one of the $1 million characters, is a VTuber now. And I couldn't be more happy for him. Doesn't play anymore. You know about that, right?
Wait, did he actually change? Wait, no. I think he gave his money to a VTuber. Did he actually become one?
No, yeah, he gave his money to his VTuber. That's
okay. I was about to say,
happily retired from Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm gonna forever remain a slave to Street Fighter for probably the next 16 years of my life.
I was like, my goat Uma became a VTuber himself after donating to his Oshi. That's crazy.
Indeed. So Rookie's on a good streak here after winning the last set 3-0. And also on the other side of losers quarters, I mean, Magic Man was able to win 3-0, but albeit with a different character. So this is the first fight that Heretic Magic Man has lost in the
I feel like the last, I mean, obviously these last two matches, the last two games he played, he really felt like he was fully in control the entire time, right? Even when he was taking hits. But this time around, Rookie has been getting his whiff punishes in, right? He's been getting his pressure going, and he's been playing very patiently when he needs to, like, especially right there. Drive rush into throw, yep. Final round.
Yeah, because Magic Man was looking to swing for the fences there, trying to get that that level 3 to connect. But Rookie still had a bit of a life lead that they would need more to do here. So Heretic Magic Man's got him backed up in there, but Rookie's gonna go a little get I love reversals on reversals. I love it.
Yep, shut him
Look at how
down.
that connects. Yeah, gets the low tap to get it now. Rookie is uncritical in the yellow, but because this is not a critical art, I don't think this is gonna kill. It's gonna come close.
But the overhead will finish it off.
So
Yep.
the
I think
overhead, you gotta respect it.
I want to see if Heretic had spent the last Fuji stock there. He might have been able to get a follow up into level 3 to get the kill, but got the win anyway, so it doesn't matter. Tied up 1-1 here. And for chat asking what an Oshi is, don't worry about it.
I was gonna
It's a VTuber
Oh,
thing.
misses the pinwheel, yeah, with the third jab that does not connect. It's not as guaranteed as the thing, especially from that distance. And Rookie takes advantage like every good loop should. Yes, cross cut on that uppercut. They want to jump out of the corner, make sure they pay the tax. And a lot of people, as a player, I'm okay with getting uppercut as long as I jump out of the corner. As long as I escape that side and I'm safely able to kind of do like a back roll or an evasive style recovery there to reset my position, I would gladly take that cross cut uppercut to escape the corner.
I agree 100%. And right now, Rookie though is taxing every single drive rush that Heretic throws out. That one didn't miss.
Yeah, it did not correct automatically. It didn't click there, and that's just a bummer. I'm trying to say it's more of a bummer in a situation and not bad advice.
But
not commentator's curse. It's a commentator's compliment.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta turn it around so we don't get anyone blaming us. But right here, the Rookie fighting back, got himself out of the corner here. He's got a little bit of space to work with. Dashed out of that. Nothing from Heretic Magic Man, but the crouching medium kick is gonna finish him off here into level 1.
That was smart by Rookie getting into the middle of the screen there, because with the threat of drive impact happening, given that Heretics had the drive gauge advantage and Rookie was burned out, I mean, you just want to make sure that even if you are within the shadow of the drive impact, you can safely block it and reestablish your position.
Yeah, and that's a big thing, like I was talking about earlier with Luke, right? That dash goes so far, right? It's a very good eat. You see your opponent jump over into the air, just dash forward under him, right? Especially if you need to get out of the corner or at least gain some space. Oh, nice counter hit here from Rookie. Gonna spend the level 3? Yes. Gonna get some meter back. I approve of this 100%. Heretic Magic Man.
Preventing the self burnout there, because especially with level 2 or level 3 on deck, you get a self burnout with a full drive gauge there. It can be really problematic. Jury can steal rounds, especially at this level of play. Like right here, this punish could give Heretic the lead there. Yeah, especially with that drive impact and the juggle, Heretic is able to just pull it away.
Man, I gotta say,
here. The heist.
Heretic Magic Man's ability to make these huge callouts, especially when he's in a very bad situation, has been amazing. I mean, that turnaround there was
really looked like Rookie was making it a one-player game on that round. I mean, that was really sharp material there, but then it just took a few ill-advised decisions, and we're seeing that now with another DP that gets blocked. I mean, you know, he's hitting the Panic at the Disco button.
There you go. There you go.
Push it up. Here comes that wake up super though. I respect.
Speaking of, yeah. Speaking of the Panic,
back on the projectile games. Make him respect your zoning.
Can we just talk about the fact that Heretic Magic Man dashed 3 times into a fireball and it's just not been? It just did it again. No fear, right? Just took half a second there. Again.
That's probably 1 round away from going 3-1 up on Rookie, who's been really solid throughout the losers bracket as well. But now staring down the barrel of elimination, Tough and Hippo's Jamie is ready and awaits in the losers final.
Indeed. Right now, Rookie trying to find any way to get back in. Nice DP.
You won't deny that level 3, but the level 1 on wake up against the drive rush. Love that decision. Showing that Heretic is not just sitting on the meter there, and that's not projectile invincible. Watch your step, Rookie.
Yes, sir. And here we go, though. He did get a big hit here. Back throw. Gonna get Heretic Magic Man a little bit closer to the corner. Calling out the parry there. Heretic Magic Man not in a great spot. One more throw kills.
Pair of spine busters there, but Rookie backs up. Okay, doesn't have no pressure. There he goes. Takes it. So Rookie 1 point away here, tying it up to a final 2-2.
Okay, but Rookie, though, does not have full meter. He will be building it up, though, this round. Does not have it immediately. Heretic Magic Man trying to jump in. Good anti-airs from Rookie, level 3. And we've been seeing Heretic Man using the and the supers on Wake Up consistently to shut down Rookie and force the game back into neutral. But Rookie, man, is not letting up.
You got to send him back. You got to send him back, and it's been good reactions there. So.
Burned himself out though. Plus frame still. No anti-air from Heretic. A little scary. Nothing there.
Line busters again. Yep. Rookie's got to do it. Rookie's burned out, so you got to get in range and get the run of a throw there in order to get your options respected. The Wake Up there caught a limb, and we are tied at 2-2.
Yes, sir. Rookie saying, hey, you've been doing Wake Up level 3. I've got that too. Wow, tying it up. Yeah, like you said, Rookie doing very, very well. I'm liking the adjustments here from Rookie in this matchup. Just constantly keeping the pressure on Heretic as much as he's doing it back to them, right? We're seeing them both try to shut each other down as much as possible. You know, Wake Up DPs, Wake Up supers, but they're both hitting each other, right? They're both waiting at the right times, but they're also both doing it at the right time. So
yeah, it's been back and forth here. Now, so first blood here is Rookie, just got burned out. After that conversion comes from Heretic Magic Man with that overhead game going on. And now that nearly guaranteed drive impact there. I mean, really when you got 0 meter, all you can really do is try to backdash so that the normal that's getting drive impact canceled into hits you when you're airborne and misses. But that's a big guess. You gotta be.
That was $1 million pressure screen right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely was. And gets the perfect on the board with magic point on deck. Rookie's gotta reach into the bag because it's tournament life.
Yeah, it's on the line right now. Okay, nice. Here's popping to level 2. Wants to get that early pressure. Gonna burn him out. Yep, try to go for the burnout, I should say. Big throw here, but it was a back throw. Blocking it.
Catches him there with the Wake Up level 1. Yep, and then good throw there to close the distance, but the reach on that low medium punch is very problematic.
Yep, Rookie knew he wanted to get the rest of that Fuja upgrade there, but unfortunately was just out of range, and Rookie forcing this into a final game, final round, and he's up on meter.
Extremely problematic there, but I'm loving it. Since we got the final round here, we're off to a great start. Heretic Magician does a great job of checking the dash and then getting what seems to be a pair of overheads. Quarter pressure in there, but the get off me. It's like, I didn't enter this bracket to block. You're gonna have to hey, yeah, this time spends all the meter there. Gonna give himself a little bit of a life lead and a 1 block of drive gauge deficit there, but doesn't use any meter to get that anti-air. Oh, the auto collect there. Got him on point. The self burnout with the dash and sprints his way into the loser final with an amazing rush down play there by Rookie.
That was really, really good, man. Rookie bringing that back there to shut down and eliminate Heretic Magic Man. And we had a really good run from Heretic Magic Man as well. I mean, that was a really good match. But I love this. I love seeing the adjustments from both the players here during that match, right? Rookie playing a little bit more controlled at the beginning. You know, against the Mai, obviously playing a little bit more aggressively and forcing Heretic Magic Man to switch. But once we saw the jury come out, right, you know, he had to kind of switch and adjust on how he wanted to play. Heretic Magic Man aggressive with the jury, constantly keeping the pressure on him, right? We saw him run into 3 fire. Yeah, we saw him run into 3 fireballs and just keep going. And that would catch him off guard. That would catch Rookie off guard. But Rookie just undeterred to shut that down either with a Wake Up level 1 or whatever, and then get his pressure going opposite. And it was just back and forth. I mean, that was a pendulum swing going all over.
It really was, especially going into the last round. I mean, it looked like Heretic had it in the bag with that perfect to start things off, where it was able to get just the right call out on a whiff punish, and then having those, and then even though we saw like in the that set where Rookie was able to create that match point situation by virtue of whiffing those dragon punches in there and just doing some ill-advised reversals. I mean, just reversals I'm sure he wishes he had back. A lot of which allowed for Heretic Magic Man to really expand and take a lot out of what Rookie was doing. But within doing so, it was also the undoing, because Heretic Magic Man was just like a little bit too aggressive in there. And sometimes when you do that, some people kind of realize, okay, you're not quite blocking. So I can do like back-to-back Wake Up level 1 supers, which is something that brought Rookie back into the fight. And if had either one of those been blocked, or a pair of those consecutive overheads within the same round, had any of them had been blocked, it would have possibly derailed the momentum there. And then we would have printed a different victor heading into the losers final. So, I mean, strong effort there. That was a really awesome losers semifinal match. Ended in a 3-2. Congrats to Heretic Magic Man. That was very well played from both Mai and Jury, and the similarities between the two were able to showcase into some significance.
Yeah, it's honestly interesting. It's actually like Jury Luke is definitely one of the more interesting. Like, it's one of my favorite matches to watch just because of stuff like this, right? So many counterplays for both characters against each other, and like mind games. They're both very aggressive characters as well when they want to be. So it's just such an enjoyable match to watch. So I love that the script writers yet again coming out here for the final game, final round, 2-2, as always.
I think we have an update here. I think.
Yeah,
I think we're headed into the next fight here. This is going to be our losers final. But I think I'm hearing of a disqualification.
No, he said, wait. No, ours are good. Yeah, no, I'm seeing, it was looking like a potential DQ from Rookie, but looks like no, he will be playing it out. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good, fantastic. Glad to have you here. Okay, losers final here. Huff and Hippo making it pretty far. I mean, like, originally that we saw a very close set with Rudy God, and then losing at the hands of Mando, who's waiting in the grand final, that very decisive winners final there. So Huff and Hippo hoping for a chance of redemption here, but Rookie just not going down easy. And you see, even with some openings being left to opponents there, was just able to go pound for pound, blow for blow, and Rookie's still one of the last ones standing.
Yeah, and I'm liking Rookie using the medium knuckle there to get that spacing on his opponents. He did it quite a few times against Heretic Matchman as well, and he's been getting a lot of good, solid spacing traps with it. And Huff and Hippo falling for them right now. Rookie getting that pressure going. You see him buffering that level 1. He's ready. He's waiting for his big hit there. Crouching medium kicks not connecting all the way. 2 drinks on the board for Huffin. Okay, got to drive meter back. Playing it slow. Just needs 1 clean hit. He get a fireball, it could kill as well. Nice Hermit
good
elbow.
Stop on the momentum there. That gets the burnout. And with a good conversion here, the critical arc can take it home. But what the reaction? Rookie says no. That was a little too predictable. We knew that's what Huffin wanted to have there, and that gave Rookie the opportunity there to score the first point in the losers final.
Yeah, no, Rookie doing a great job there with that reversal level 1, going up 1-0 here now against Huff and Hippo. But that was a quick game. But again, both these guys, they're scrapping. They are scrapping quite a bit here. Nice perfect parry. Gonna go for the frame kill there. Back throw and the suppressor from Rookie. What a call out from against Huff and Hippo. Rookie has been like 4 for 4 on these big call outs with these moves against a lot of the options that Huffin is going for.
Yeah, it's a hell of a great reaction of both reads and reactions there that we see, but don't count it up and again catches him. He's been spot on with these wake up supers, and it's kept him alive so much in the tournament. I don't want to take not taking anything away from it either. I mean, it's just fantastic play to just read the aggressive nature of your opponent there, and that was an unsafe sweep. You know, when I see that, I think what Hippo was looking for was the only way to make that safe is with level 2 super, canceling that into the super that increases your drinks. But he didn't have enough of the gas there. It was just missing it by a bit of a sliver to get that meter there in the right places. So that was able to kind of be Huff and Hippo's undoing there, because that situation could usually lead to a mix-up from the JV player as well. Exactly. Being denied that just means that you've got a hell of unsafe sweep. Counters! There we go.
Yeah, Huffin was ready there, immediately buffing that level 1. I love to see it. And now though, but a counter hit here from Rookie. Gonna get a big hit here. Did not build the level 1, so can't end it there. But the crouching light kick. Man, that button has been it's been working wonders for Rookie tonight, man, after those shoulder checks.
He's got a lot of mileage out of it. He's taking great care there.
This anti-air from Huff and Hippo. You know, I gotta say, ballsy from Huff and Hippo to do consistently doing a down motion for an anti-air. because boy, I got Chun-Li to master.
Same thing with Chun-Li.
That sucks. Tensho kicks on down. That sucks.
Sometimes I hit it pretty well, but other times it just.
Man, that is the worst input in the game for sure, especially for
I kind of feel like I'd rather have it as a charge.
Dude, I would rather have it as a just make it a DP motion at this point.
Yeah.
Oh man, it would be so much better. Yeah, unfortunately, it is down, but nice. There's the apEX command grab. Yeah, you're dead. Huffin.
So Huffin hip post. That's probably the worst pun I've ever found, but it tracks. Rookie off to a good start here. This momentum he needs, especially being cashed in on this round. I mean, 2 good guesses and he can win this without using meter. Already gets it with the empty jump low. Tries to back up so he doesn't self-burn out. This could, is he gonna spend the cash? No, he's still not. Okay.
I mean, he's got the life lead here, so I don't blame him, right? Not the end of the world, but getting closer and closer to the corner, right? So is he gonna regret it? Overhead. Oh, but the jab.
Yep. Able to dash on that jab. That string was not what Hippo needed it to be, but it's enough for Rookie to get into match point here with Mando waiting in the grand finals. See where this goes. Good conversion there. Level 3 on deck. He's going to. Yeah, he's going to go for it. Corner positioning, going to give him an advantage in the drive gauge, just slightly. What's that life lead too you're looking at? Pressure's on him. That meaty punch. Catches him, punches him right in the mouth. Was not blocking. So it takes the throw. It's tossed.
A little tough here.
Very close distance here. Is it? Yes! The self-burnout is worth it, and Rookie punches his way out of the loser's final and into the grand finals going up against Mando.
Yeah, decisive 3-0 there from Rookie. Again, we saw a lot of the classic stuff. Doing a really, really good job with the spacing traps here throughout that entirety of this that set there. Again, Huffing Hippo finding a few openings here and there, but it just like he was not afraid to mash back with a crouching medium punch, especially after a lot of these light punch strings, right? You know, we saw Huffing Hippo going for a lot of light punch into medium punch, right, or crouching medium punch, and Rookie was like, okay, I'm gonna hit that gap right in between, right? That is not, it's not a plus frame, it's not plus frames into, you know, into a medium punch, right? It's minus into it, right? You're trying to steal your churn there, and Rookie was ready every single time. And now we're here.
Yeah, that was just fantastic work put in there from Rookie that was able to, and also just being able to read on the reversals. Like credit to Hippo for having that level 1 counter against that level 1 that really was a highlight of today's bracket in top 8. That was really great, but every time he was just able to read the aggression on him, and kind of, I guess people are kind of they want to stop Luke's momentum in offense, so they want to keep pressing on him. So he really got a lot of mileage out of those reversals there, and just being selective with it, just all around makes it just work in his favor. Fantastic.
Yeah, and I think tonight so far for Huffin, I just got to say for him, right? He's been played very, very well, right? Now eliminated from the bracket, played very, very well throughout the entirety of the night. I think the main thing here that every opponent that he's fought against that he lost to was able to take full advantage of was once he was put in a defensive position, it was a lot harder for him to kind of turn it around. His offense, immaculate. It's that defense that was taking him out. But here we go, immediately into this final game here, the grand finals. Mando finally back up here on screen, taking on Rookie, who's been flying through the losers bracket, taking on Mando for the first time.
Yeah, and Mando very strong. Also, had only previously lost a few round fights against Liquid in the opening set that we saw in the winners semifinals. So this matchup not happening earlier. Mando going 3-0 over Huffin Hippo. Let's see how Rookie try to turn the momentum here, but the winner's bracket, we got to get that reset.
Big scoop here coming from Mando. Now got him with the DI. That should be enough to get the kill. Just going for the SPD, the easy kill. Gets a meter as well. Mando up.
Mando sets the tone with the first round. He needs to keep on walking forward though. Even though he steps into that stand medium punch, Rookie gets that good combo there and the shoulder thrust there to get that bit of a push. And plus the punish counter throw. So you're holding parrier, trying to hit a certain button that got interrupted, takes it, and then the counter hit with the low strong. Gets into that drive rush energy with that level 1.
sir. Nice
And then
shimmy
the shimmy
there.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah, Rookie able to close it out here. Final round here. And I just want to say real quick, again, we are in grand finals here. If you are in chat right now and you have not claimed a code on the Matcherino, please do so. Thank you so much to everyone who has. We want to get a little bit more here for these players. So they've been giving us options, you know? So please.
Yeah. No, continue, sorry.
And, yeah, no, there's not claim those codes. But here we go, level 3 from that heavy punch from Rookie. Gonna put Mando in a scary spot.
I thought Rookie was in trouble there because Mando jumped over and did a splash against the cross-up, and it looked like he was going for a cross-cut dragon punch, but instead a stand medium punch came out and could have costed Rookie the round in that first point there, but instead Rookie takes and has the 1-0 lead here in this first set of grand finals.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, Rookie with that great shimmy there to close it out. EXCP. DI back.
He caught him. Yeah, that burnout is definitely worth it.
Got him in the corner here. But Mando, if he's able to get out, could turn this entirely around on Rookie. No, Rookie now opting to give up the corner, use all the screen space that he has to get that meter back. Look at him walking forward, man. You know he wants to. He was going for that throw. You know he was.
Yeah, that's.
Okay,
grab. He's lonely. There we go. That spinning heel kick gets an overhead, especially with the drive rush.
Yep. Mando close to burnout. Nice whiff punish there. Got the round. Mando. Hey, using that crouching medium punch. Great stuff there. Anti-air to start us off.
Yeah, Mando off to a good start again. He got the first point earlier. And then, see, I thought he was really close there. He just could have missed out on a bigger punish that could have deleted Rookie's comeback. But this time, Rookie's in the corner, in burnout. He's got to use a super here to stop that momentum.
I just want to say I'm pretty sure that was a Dominican DI. They're a dirty DI. I think he was trying to get Mando to also DI back, but not gonna happen here.
That's 1-1.
Yep, not gonna happen. Mando is well aware. He plays with Fidel quite a lot, so.
Yeah, and what's fantastic too is that like we saw some really clutch like 720s where I'm like, how did he get the churn there to be able to do that? I mean, that standing 720 is nasty, but
listen,
he use it as a reversal in some situations.
I'm telling you, I'm just saying, I'm telling you, every single Zangief player has spent like a week in an Amish town just churning butter in real life because they know how to do it, man. They're always churning on that stick. They're ready at all times with the 720 or the SPD.
I would just like to see some packets, as if our sticks aren't heavy enough, but if we fill them up with packets of cream, and then the Zangief player just opens up and just spreads it against the backer here. So, no drive, no problem here for Rookie. Oh, no, wait, he got swept.
Oh,
Makes
wow,
the side switch, not happening. Mando's got his foot on the gas here. All gas.
Oh,
no brakes, baby. But then that counter hit, low jab.
Oh my god, the walk up. I like how Mando teched, but Rookie was just not close enough to actually throw. Both of them whiffing in each other's faces. I just gotta say
that's all you need. That's all the mileage you need, man.
Yeah, the balls on Rookie though to just walk up and burn out like that and go for a throw against a character like Zangief is crazy. This man has no fear.
It's predictability. When you're able to make that option like so unpredictable, it's just a testament to the other things you were throwing out there.
Exactly.
Mando's got the momentum here, despite the perfect parry anti-air. But you want to be careful doing that against Zangief, because that just gives the player permission to empty jump.
Oh yeah, but not gonna matter here. Rookie gonna be able to spend it all into level 3. This should be enough to kill, even with the extra health from Zangief. Gonna send him to Memphis.
A lot of HP, but gets the job done. There we go. Rookie now tied 2-1 here. One fight away from getting that reset.
Indeed, sending Mando to the loser side and forcing another set here. Mando, again, Mando he's had a lot of games where he has, it's been a while since we've seen him on screen, right? Rookie though has been playing back to back, so he's warm, he's ready.
Yeah, Mando response here with bracket reset 1 point away.
Okay, nice anti-air from Rookie. Keeping Mando on the back foot. Mando trying to work his way in slowly but surely, but the crouching medium kick is in the way. The stop sign is there. Dang, good tech though from Mando. And we're back there again, but another
Walk right into it. Oh, you can't make a mistake like that, especially when it's reset point.
There it is. Set point now for Rookie to reset the bracket here. Put us into another set for the grand finals. Nice start.
When you have no problem like doing self burnout to extend your offense to continue your pressure going. Oh, so lucky that wasn't a splat there too. That would have been really problematic for Mando.
Definitely. Now Mando, though, we're seeing Mando swing a lot more. There's the SPD.
There's an SPD.
Oh, nice whip punish.
What a whip punish. He stopped short of the drive gauge and then immediately saw I got some butter to churn.
Yes, I love.
Yeah, drops them on the dome, baby.
I love that adjustment there from Mando to wait a little bit more right after his first hit there, because Rookie has been mashed.
Oh, he whipped the SPD. Rookie thought he could run in there and get the punish, and just when he said, hold up, I got bigger SPD for the loyal fan.
Man, back throw, but Rookie has burnt himself out, but it is Luke. He's got the corner. Perfect parry.
Yeah.
Back throw.
You can't drive impact that because the level 3 is going to come out. So even though you know you want to, given the burned out nature, yeah, it doesn't even mess around with it. As soon as that is whiffed, let me get that grab. I'm lonely. Now we're tied.
Yep, Mando here looking to close it out entirely.
Yeah, the way he sees it, like he's not 2-2 with them. They're 2-2 with him.
Yeah, you're trapped in there with the Zangief as always.
More of those.
But man, now Mando find
exactly. Yeah, Mando's finding exactly the place to make you guess.
Yep, big hits here. Nice. Keeping him in the corner. Shoulder check, but nice perfect parry there from Mando. Ready that time. Gotta get him in the corner. Gotta guess one more time. Gonna get the full confirm.
Lariat match. Tournament point. Tournament point with the Lariat. Able to rush in there. I love it how they're just self-burning out to get that kill. See it on both sides here. So how's Rookie gonna respond?
Yeah, great awareness from Mando to spend that whole meter to get the kill. Great perfect parries, man. Good lord from Mando. How many have we seen so far? Couldn't call this out. This is gonna be some big damage here. Level 1 to get the burnout.
We've been overdue, Hispanic. We've been overdue for a blocked wake-up super, and it couldn't come at a better, more advantageous time. He's stepping on them toes, and he's stepping on through the grand finals as Mando stops Rookie's incredible momentum to seal the deal and take it. This was a fantastic tournament run as Mando goes winners semifinals, winners finals, grand final, grand closing.
Sir, man, Mando had some pretty crazy fights, but I was able to close out every single one. Some great stuff here tonight. Thank you so much for all the players who signed up here. We will be back again, I think, next week. Was a lot of fun doing commentary here. Chris, thank you as well.
Yeah, always a blast with you, Hispanic. Thank you guys putting it on for Neo Judai for running this. And Kuroshi, you've been fantastic to work with. Thanks, Doc African, for hitting me up like, hey, you want to run this? I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this. You guys have been great to work with, and I love spending the last few Saturday afternoons while I'm in town to rock it with you. But it's been a fun top 8 to commentate this go.
Yeah, of course, 100%. We will be rating Knuckle Doo Dang, I believe, here, so you guys can go enjoy the chair stream.
Knuckle Doo, man, tell him Team Chris said hi. That's my boy, man. I won on the. He hit me up and congratulated me when I won on stream once, and nah, man, hope he's doing well and everything. So I know he's got a good thing going on there. So hopefully you all enjoy his stream and go. I got some Virtua Fighter throwdown on, but anytime EX Dojo, man, I'm always happy to kick it here. Happy to kick it with you, Hispanic at the Disco. I know we've been doing this and rocking a few other tournaments, and we also had the pleasure of meeting in person, which a few weeks ago, which is also fantastic.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and let you go because I know you got a tournament coming up here, and we're going to let Neo Judai go. I've been Hispanic at the Disco. That's been Team Chris that way. And we'll see you guys next week for the next apEX ladder.
Thank you. Much appreciated, y'all. Take care.
All right. There we go.